Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back up here on top of Green Mountain. Shot up here yesterday, did a little bit of filming. It was 88 degrees up here yesterday. It's supposed to be 91 degrees up here today, so I couldn't think of, once again, as I said yesterday, anything better to do with my time than to shoot some firearms. I'm going to go to the river, the Wilson River, here in a couple of hours, but I figured before I go jump in that freezing cold river coming out of the mountain, I might as well discharge a few rounds again. Not to mention, my battery died yesterday, so I wasn't able to continue filming. I could run a remote connection to my vehicle, but I don't want to do that. I figured I'd come back today, so here I am. I ended up shooting pistols yesterday, ended up shooting a little bit more, but couldn't catch it on camera. Didn't even realize the damn thing was dead till I got about 30 minutes into filming after it had died. But so I figured, what the heck, come back up here, do some more, show you what I did yesterday, but hadn't filmed because the damn thing died, so figure what the heck. Today, I'm going to start off with the old pistols. I know I've done a pistol video before, but this is my, like I said, my primary weapon, my primary battle weapon. If I was law enforcement, I'd call it my primary duty weapon. Since I'm not law enforcement, I call it my primary battle weapon. The Sig P226, chambered in the 40 cal. As I've said before, I've got the Barstow Sig 357 barrel, but the damn ammunition is so expensive and difficult to get your hands on, you might as well just roll with the 40 cal barrel if you've got both. So that's what I do. And again, as I've said before many times, I roll with hollow point rounds in case the tweaker comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning and I don't even feel, I'm groggy and half asleep, and if I just clip him on the shoulder, he's done. And so, but when I'm out here just you know, target practicing and stuff, I just go with basic Remington rounds. They work good, you know, they're not too bad, not a lot of corrosion. You can reload these things. Anyways, let's get to it. 4 weapon safety rules: treat, never keep, keep. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. We know this weapon is not loaded because I just ejected the magazine and checked the chamber and there's nothing in there. But we're still going to treat it as though it's loaded. Never point a weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Don't point the weapon at something you're not intending to shoot. Oh yeah, I'm just going to be tough because I've got a 5th of whiskey in me and we're just playing around and it's cowboys and Indian time. Yeah, that's a real gun there, Chief. Don't do that. Never point a weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Treat, never keep your finger straightened off the trigger until you intend to fire. If you follow these 4 basic weapon safety rules, and then the 5th, there's actually 5, you're 99.9% chance you're never going to have a negative discharge. You're never going to shoot something you don't intend to shoot. You're never going to kill somebody that you don't intend to kill. So just follow these basic weapon safety rules. Keep your finger straightened off the trigger until you intend to fire. Now, oftentimes you'll probably, if you're watching real close to these videos, you'll notice oftentimes that I'll rest my finger on the trigger. You got to think, I've been shooting guns since I was 5 years old and shot a lot growing up. And I'm a United States Marine Corps infantryman with 2 combat deployments. Give me a break. I'm more familiar with firearms than you are with your own clothes. I mean, it's just basically part of me, and that's how I'm able to rack them so quick and move them around and maneuver them. It's fluid to me. A firearm is just part of who I am. And so I guess sometimes I do violate my own 3rd weapon safety rule, keeping my finger straightened off the trigger until you intend to fire, but this is my trigger. This is my safety right here. This is my safety. Don't do what I do unless you're a professional. Because straight up, and I don't mean to sound arrogant, and people oftentimes say, you sure love yourself a lot. I don't really care. Of course I love myself. I know who and what I am, and I'm a damn professional when it comes to firearms. Period. Flat out. You don't like that? Too bad. So oftentimes I end up violating my own 3rd weapon safety rule. Don't do that unless you're a professional. Treat, never keep. Keep. 4th weapon safety rule. Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire. This doesn't have an external safety mechanism, and so I can't do that, but it does have the hammer, and so I can decock the hammer if I do have a round in chamber. Keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire. Now that we got the 4th and 5th weapon safety rule, know your target and what lies beyond it. As we've said before, just because you want your round to stop where your target is, if you miss your target, it's not going to stop there. It's going to keep traveling. Basic common sense, indeed, I know. Nevertheless, when you're in the heat of the moment and somebody's trying to kill you or kill your wife or they're attacking you with a knife, sometimes you don't think clearly. You know, it's just intense, and not every American has been attacked by somebody with a knife. Not every American has been shot at. Not every American has had multiple people trying to kill them simultaneously. And so if you ever find yourself in that situation, that most unfortunate situation, stay calm, stay relaxed, and plug the transgressors quickly and smoothly, and then you can go back to your steak dinner or going back to doing whatever it was that you were doing. All right, 4 weapons conditions for this particular weapon. Weapons condition number 4 would be no round in chamber, slide forward, hammer forward, weapon on safe if it had an external safety mechanism. That's it. Weapons condition number 3, you just insert the magazine. Everything else is the same. Slide forward, hammer forward, weapon on safe. Condition 2 does not apply. Condition 1, the only thing you do is you just rack this bad boy and you go condition 1. You got a round in the chamber. I now have a hot weapon. Now remember what I said about the decocker, which is a very cool feature for these SIGs. And that is that right now I have a hot weapon, condition 1, round in chamber. All I have to do is pull the trigger and I can kill. And I have the hammer back, and so the trigger's been pulled to the rear, so I don't have to put much pressure on that trigger for it to discharge. And so for safety purposes, if you're rolling around with it in your holster or whatever the case may be, or for, like right now, presentation purposes, you want to drop that hammer forward. There's 2 ways to do that. One, which is the old-fashioned way before the decockers, you can pull the hammer to the rear, pull your trigger, and drop that hammer right there. And that's one way to do it. Some people get real nervous about doing that. I don't know why the hell you'd even be nervous with a firearm. It doesn't make any sense. Just control it. Be a man. Be a lady. Whatever the hell it is. Just be a human being. Or, if you have it to the rear, you can use this cool little decocker, bink, and drop that right like that. Still have a hot weapon. Still have a round in the chamber. But we now have the hammer has been pushed forward. So, those are our weapon safety conditions, our weapons conditions. Those are our weapon safety rules. Let's just get to some fun. Oh, before I do that, once again, I came back up here and I put back up old Ahmed and Saddam. But today, the interesting part about it is, Ahmed and Saddam have recruited some white guys. See, you can see right up there behind old Saddam. These Saddam and Ahmed seem to just, be reincarnated every day. They keep coming back for more, which is pretty cool. I have to respect somebody that gets smoked and comes back for more, right? There's 2 white guys up there. They just recruited Ace and Gary, and so we got Ahmed, Saddam, Ace, and Gary, just a bunch of flaming homosexuals up there that are, who knows what the hell they're trying to do. But our job today is to make sure that they don't get the drop on us. So, now that we've identified a threat at our 6, and what does it mean to say at your 6? Well, think about it. Everything's like a clock, right? In the military. It's like a clock. 6 o'clock is directly behind you. If you're right in the middle of the clock and you're looking at 12 straight ahead, what's directly behind you? Your 6. That's what it means. What's at your 3 o'clock? Dink, straight at your right. It's a 45-degree angle, right? That's basic. Anyways, let's take care of these 4 weirdos and see what happens. Drop one mag, grab the other, throw it in, going home.